NK Toko welcomes you to our coverage of high school basketball, where the Jackson Center Tigers will take on the Russia Raiders. Tonight's game is brought to you by the following sponsors: First National Bank, Keyhole Pizza, Precision Strip, Winners Meats, Grand Lake Health Systems, Superior Aluminum, and NK Toko. You're looking live here at the Claire C. DeVoe Gymnasium, where the Jackson Center Tigers are getting ready to take on the Russia Raiders. I'm Brandon Koverman, and alongside me, Jerry McEldowney. And first, Jerry, we take a look at this game. It starts the second round of the double round robin of the Shelby County Athletic League. First, taking a look for Jackson Center. Solid start to the season. They're at 8-4. They're sitting at 4-2 in the Shelby County Athletic League, led by a pretty good and athletic group here.
Yeah, they are. You look at where they're at. 3 of 4 last 4 games. Just one loss there. They're a good for sales team. Coach, I know Coach Brown's looking for a little more consistency at this point in the season with their offensive sets. And right now, they're setting right with Army leading the pack, but Anna at 4-2, and Jackson Center here 4-2. As you see, they're 5-0 at home and 3-4, on the road. So this will be an interesting contest here. They come on the road here against the Raiders. If you go on the flip side, the Russia Raiders, they come into this new year. They had a long break. They played Fort Laramie, who's the perennial power, maybe the best team in all of Division IV in the state of Ohio. They lost there by a decent margin there. They dropped to 4-7, but they're sitting at 500 in the Shelby County Athletic League, but they've lost 3 in a row, trying to look to right the ship here. Yeah, you look at those 3 games, and one there was Anna, that was a game here on NK Telco. They dropped that one by 1 point, then came back against New Green and lost that one by 1 point, and then they ran into a good Laramie team. But overall, Ronnie Poling, we'll get to be able to call her name out a little bit tonight. 54% from the field, 14 points per game, 9 rebounds per game. So we'll be looking to see how Ronnie does tonight for the Raiders.
And first time these two teams played, it was a 41-30 game where the Jackson Center Tigers beat Russia. Jackson Center pulled away in the fourth quarter. I did that game earlier in the season, so this game should be a good one here tonight between these two teams. And we'll kick it down to public address announcer Mike Hart, and get here with the varsity basketball game between Russia and Jackson Center next on NK Telco Sports.
The Hometown Opportunity Platform is exceptional.
It is focused, laser focused on the careers in our 4-county region.
100% of the time we go to Hometown Opportunity. We've had great success from a handful of applications when we need them, as well as a recent one where we had 67 applicants.
Honestly, it's a competitive advantage.
The Hometown experience has been everything I could have dreamed of and more.
Let's take a look at our starting lineups here. First for the Jackson Center Tigers, number 20, senior Abby Biederman. Number 44, 6'1", senior Macy Kloffenstein. Number 4, 5'5", senior Grace Pranger. Number 10, 5'9", junior Presley Reese. Rounding out the lineup, number 14, a 5'11", junior McKinley Reichert. The head coach of Jackson Center in her second season is Tiffany Brown. She's assisted by Keisha Bird and Peyton Esser. Now for the Russia Raiders, number 4, a 6'1" senior Ronnie Poling.
A 5'5" senior Jayla Chappie.
Number 20, a 5'5" senior Jayla Chappie. Number 21, a 5'6" junior Addison Chappie. Number 22, a 5'10" freshman Celeste Borchers. And rounding out the lineup, number 32, freshman Hazel Francis. The head coach of the Russia Raiders in his first year is Michael Bayshore. He's assisted by Rachel Borchers, Bruce Etzler, and Luke Daypour. Let's take a look at our keys to the game, brought to you by Keyhole Pizza in Newport, Ohio. First, Jerry taking a look for the Jackson Center Tigers.
Jackson Center Tigers coach Brown. 3 keys to the game: limit turnovers, have better shot selections, hold senior Ronnie Bowling under 10 points.
And taking a look at our keys for the hometown Russia Raiders.
Coach Bayshore, Russia Raiders, limit turnovers, win the rebounding advantage, and get off to a fast start.
Bowling and Biederman meet off seniors in what possibly might be their final battle here in the second round of round robin play. The Raiders control the tip, looking to break a 3-game losing streak here. The Tigers looking to get back on track after a loss Saturday against the Versailles Tigers. So Francis with the basketball. Flip over to Jayla Shappy, left side Addison Shappy. Shot fake by Celeste Borchers, but she shuffled the feet. The Raiders going to be aggressive here. Going to start off in a man press, it looks like. Don't see the Raiders press very often. They're looking like they're going to try to beat the Raiders down the floor, and they get a turnover out of it. They get the ball right back. They tried to go to Biederman. Shappy with the basketball. Jayla sees a double team. She goes around it to the block, turns around. Francis to Shappy. Left side to Hazel Francis. Cross court, Jayla Shappy back over to Celeste Borchers. Raiders looking to get some spacing. Get over to Jayla Shappy. She'll take the jump shot. It rattles out. Presley Reese with the rebound. Kinley Reichert left side over to Abby Biederman. Biederman trying to bully her way to the basket. Shot's no good. Rebound down to Addison Shappy. Shappy up ahead, 1-on-3. She gets up to Hazel Francis. It flutters around to Jayla Shappy. Hazel Francis trying to go up against Biederman. Kicks it out to the freshman classmate Borchers, who buries a 3 from the right corner. Celeste Borchers kicks off the scoring on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard.
No hesitation there by the freshman. Knocked that 3 down.
There's it from the corner. Raiders lead 3-0. They're going to start with a little bit of a trap. A bit of a unique look here again for the Raiders. If you follow these girls, they haven't pressed too much. Look at this young, youthful roster. Starting 2 freshmen, a junior, and 2 seniors. Biederman stops, shoots, rattles out. Ronnie Poling clears the boards. Borchers cuts to the middle, and she's pushed. She's pushed and keeps her balance. Francis going to go over to Shappy in the corner to Borchers. Borchers back to Hazel Francis, left side to Jayla Shappy. They're making sure Ronnie Poling's well covered. She's double on the inside, but she goes up and scores.
Yeah, Lucy really looking to find Poling down there on the block. Did a nice job senior catching that and finishing it.
I mean, Biederman will bring the ball up the floor. You'll see a mixture of her and Reichert bring the ball up for Coach Tiffany Brown. Step through by Presley Reese. Shot no good. Raiders cleared the board and Celeste Borchers. They push the basketball up the floor. Borchers brings it down against Biederman. Shappy on the inside. Poling has Reichert pinned, and she's fouled as Ronnie Poling will head to the line for 2.
And a seal off down there by Ronnie Poling.
5-0 here. Raiders, 5:09 to go in the first quarter. Ronnie Poling will get 2 free cracks added at the free throw line. Just to see how long the Raiders go with this look and pressing, and Ronnie Poling with that high arcing free throw puts it in. For Coach Michael Bayshore, very happy with his squad and how they've started out. Second free throw is up and good. He's going to back off the pressure a bit here. And we'll do that little run and jump. On the inside, Reichert will take the shot, and she gets Jackson Center on the board. McKinley Reichert, the leader of this team, with the basket. Reichert, a very good athlete, working on the volleyball floor as well. Coach Bayshore calling out a set for his girls. Without over to Addison Shappy. Shappy goes to the left side to Jayla Shappy. They try to run a flare screen over there on the right side for Shappy. Raiders will continue running the offense. Left side to Hazel Francis. All alone, Celeste Borchers. Francis doesn't see her, and she's swatted by Biederman. Biederman trying to take Francis to the basket. She turns around, picks up her dribble, inside to Klopfenstein. Shot fake, and fouled by Ronnie Poling. Tough pill to swallow there if you're Raiders. You'll try to keep Ronnie Poling out of foul trouble. It's one thing that affected them in the first matchup. Klopfenstein converts. And our first substitution of the ball game, number 34, D. Lichtenberg, a 5'7" junior, in for the Tigers. Klopfenstein splits. Addison Shappy trying to go to that right side. Backdoor cut to Francis. She's down below and she's fouled. Reese just got caught in a bad situation there.
Nice cut there by Francis, that backdoor cut. Playing the passing lane.
We're seeing a lot more movement and motion by this Raider offense than what you maybe seen before Christmas here in the early going. And after Coach Bayshore is putting together for all 4 quarters, Raiders will bring in Claudia Haney as Poling picks up the foul, and Coach Bayshore not going to risk it here in the early going with his super senior, who will probably make the first team all-county here in probably the next month when that voting occurs. And Mr. Francis, empty trip from the line. Ball flutters around on the floor, and they're going to say a foul going down. It's going to go against Jayla Shappy, and it's 2 fouls on each team halfway through the first quarter. They're just staying that pressure, that run and jump. To say that run and jump, you might see Addison Shappy come here and pressure. Won't do it this possession. Lichtenberg with the basketball over to Klopfenstein. Klopfenstein on the right wing over to Presley Reese. You hear Coach Bayshore calling now. He said flex offense. They're trying to run that down cut for Riker. That little back screen. Tigers being patient this possession. Lichtenberg trying to go on the inside. Swatted away. Nice defensive play by Claudia Haney. And the Raiders get the basketball. Circle on the right side to Celeste Borchers. Fires at the hoop, got it. The freshman Celeste Borchers with a hot start.
2 threes from that very spot. 6 points, Borchers. Nice start by the freshman.
10-3 Raiders on our first National Bank Think First scoreboard, and Coach Tiffany Brown wants to talk about it with her girls here. The Russia Raiders lead the Jackson Center Tigers 10-3. We'd like to thank our sponsors here on NK Telco Sports. Here tonight, they are Carriage Works, Chiltex LLC, Cy Schwederman, Dickman Supply, Elmwood Assisted Care, Hometown Opportunity, Hulsman Automotive, Koki Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric, Minster Bank, New Knoxville Supply, SecureCom, Bud's Chrysler Dodge Jeep, Crown Equipment, Shelby County Veteran Services, St. Henry Bank, and WCSM Radio. Our scoreboard sponsors, the First National Bank, Piece of the Game, Keel Pizza, timeout sponsor, Precision Strip. Our play of the game, which Jerry and I will select from the winning team, is brought to you by NK Telco. Our minute post-game stats are brought to you by Greenwood Health Systems. And our Russia Live View sponsor is Superior Aluminum. And coming out of the Precision Strip timeout here, Jerry, Russia playing with a very fast and aggressive style of play.
Yeah, Coach Bayshore said one of his keys to the game was that fast start. They're getting that, and they're also winning the rebounding edge right now, 4-1 as well, and controlling the turnovers overall. Nice start by the young freshman Borchers, and also the senior Poling.
Trying to go on the inside, and there's a travel called there. Grace Prenger called on the travel. Kendall Reese is out of the lineup and out of the lineup with a knee injury. We were talking to Coach Tiffany Brown before the game and hoping to get her back sometime soon.
Yeah, knee injury there back in December, and that was their sixth player off the bench, and those are important. You need to spell a starter here and there, and hope to get her back.
Francis trying to go on the inside. Nice defense by Riker. Haney with the offensive rebound. Tried to kick it into Shappy. Raiders were all out of sorts there on that possession. Biederman barrels down in the lane and scores. Abby Biederman kisses it off the glass. And the lead cut to 5 now for the Raiders. Staying in a 1-2-2 look here from Jackson Center. They get the ball in the short quarter to Haney. Cutting on the inside, Francis dribbles it off her foot. Jump ball, it'll be a Raider turnover.
That was a nice look there down that short corner out there along the baseline, and a nice cut to the basket. Just a little difficulty handling the pass.
Pastorius will bring it up. Here comes that run and jump from the Raiders. Give it up to Reichert. Over to Lichtenberg. It's interesting to see that run and jump, that press from the Raiders, because they're usually the ones being a younger team in most situations, getting pressed themselves. And there's a block there. Jayla Shappy just got there a tad too late. And McKinley Reichert's got a chance at the old-fashioned three-point play. Jayla Shappy now with 2 fouls. Callie Gubo will come back in, and good to see Callie back in the lineup. An undisclosed injury right before Christmas, and she missed quite a bit of time. Reichert converts on the three-point play.
Yeah, Coach Brown, she called that timeout. Wanted to try to get the McKinley Reichert a little more involved in the offense, and they got that done there in that possession.
Raiders will bring back in Ronnie Poling as well. Sub out Celeste Borchers. Shack will go that right side over to Ronnie Poling. Tigers go back. Looks like they're back in that man-to-man maybe. Callie Gubo with the basketball. Goes over to Ronnie Poling. You got Haney on the inside against Biederman. Her shot just too much. Tigers with a chance to tie or take the lead here. Reichert slows down over to Biederman. 5-0 run for the Tigers. Under a minute to go here in this first quarter. And she holds on to a 10-8 lead. Lichtenberg in the corner. Lichtenberg over to Reese. Back over to Biederman. Reese for the lead shot. Flutters out. Rebound over to Grace Prenger. Kicks it out to Lichtenberg. It's Tiffany Brown just taking to slow things down here. Get on the inside, get over to Biederman. She spins, tries to get it to Reichert, and it's deflected by Ronnie Poling. Callie Gubo with the basketball.
Active hands down there by Ronnie.
We're 10 seconds to go. They're swinging into Poling on the inside. He gets a big bucket. Jackson Center's got to work quickly here towards the end of the quarter. Here comes Reese trying to capitalize. Get that basket back to the hole, and it's no good. Ronnie Poling caps off the first quarter for the Raiders with a big bucket. The Russia Raiders lead the Jackson Center Tigers 12-8. 12-8 here after 8 minutes of play. We'll step aside, go back to the second quarter of action here in your home for Jackson Center Tiger, Russia Raider basketball, and K-Telco Sports.
CarriageWorks has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. CarriageWorks thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. CarriageWorks now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. CarriageWorks has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for CarriageWorks. We're certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
8 minutes in the books here, Jerry, and a 12-8 Russia lead over Jackson Center. And if you're Coach Michael Bayshaw, you're pretty happy about how your girls came out and played.
Yeah, you know, you go back to his keys to the game. They got off to a fast start. They're winning the rebounding edge and really limited turnovers. They were just 3 there in the first quarter. And really for Coach Brown, the same. You know, the limited the turnovers was 4, and they're going to look to get McKinley Reichert a little more involved, which they did there towards the latter part of that quarter.
Russia with the basketball. They try to get it to Poling on the inside and swiped away by Reichert. Reichert gives it up ahead to Addie Biederman. Biederman takes it to that baseline like she's done so many times. the lefty senior with 4 points now. Francis gets a screen from Celeste Borchers. Celeste Borchers had 2 3-pointers that first quarter. Haney over to Francis. Francis wide open inside and one. Wow. I don't know how she scored through that contact, Jerry, but what a play by Ronnie Poling.
Yeah, really strong play down under the basket. Finish that off. Seniors having a nice start to the game here tonight.
That foul going to go on V. Lichtenberg. And in back for Jackson Center is Mason Kloppenstein. Mason Francis will sub out. Addison Shappy back in. Ronnie Poling now up to 8 points, a game high. Their points coming from Celeste Borchers, so 2 Raiders have scored here so far. Ronnie Poling, high arcing foul shot is good.
She's really working hard there under the basket, really sealing off, and give credit to her teammates for finding her down there as well.
Raiders up 15-10. They start out with a 10-3 lead. Jackson Center, they will cut it down to 2, but the lead stretches back out to 5. Reichert's got some space, and when she does that, she's going to make you pay. And McKinley Reichert gets those 3 points back quickly.
8 points now for McKinley Reichert.
Jackson Center going to drop back in that 1-2-2. Run a back screen. They try to get Haney open. Biederman had it covered. And over to Addison Shappy. She's going to fire a 3 and try to get it back herself. Too much mustard on it, and it's tracked down in the corner by Reichert. Reichert left side over to Lichtenberg. Reichert's got a lot of space here. He tries to use it. Goes out left side to Biederman. We're trying to drive. Kicks out to Reichert. They're trying to drive. Kicks it away. But she turns it over. Raiders with a 3-on-2 fast break. Nice feed by Borchers to Haney. She turns around. Can't hit it. Poling off balance. Just throws it up. It's no good. Rebound comes down to McKinley Reichert. Jackson Center should try to push a fast break. Gubo against Biederman. Shot no good. Presley Reese with the long rebound. And a reach there on Kawadia Haney. Hazel Francis going to come in the lineup for Russia. Raiders go to kind of this lineup. One thing with Jackson, they have size. If Biederman can play out on the guard, Reichert can really play anywhere 1 through 5. Kloppenstein's shot rolls around and in. We're tied up at 15 with 5:37 to go here until halftime. On the First National Bank first scoreboard.
3 points now for Macy Kloppenstein. 6'1", senior.
3-pointer, too much on it for Celeste Borchers. She had 2 of them in the first quarter. Tigers with that basketball, trying to take their first lead of the ball game. They're out trying to bring Lichtenberg for a screen. Side Presley Reese over to Biederman. Trying to spin, tries to get it to Kloppenstein. Kloppenstein throws it up, it's no good. And Celeste Borchers with the rebound. Addison Shappy, cross-court pass over to Hazel Francis, and we got a timeout by Coach Michael Bayshore. All timeouts again this year on NK Telco Sports are brought to you by our fine sponsors at Precision Strip. And we'd like to remind you that NK Telco Sports and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of tonight's high school varsity basketball action on NK Telco Cable or the NKT.TV app. You can catch the replays of this game, Channel 156, January 10th at 6 p.m. and on Channel 155, January 11th at 6 p.m. as well. And on Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503, January 24th at 6 p.m. and January 25th at 8 p.m. You can also watch more games live via pay-per-view through nktelco.com/sports and more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and at nktelco.com/sports. We'll have the guys game Friday against Jackson Center and Russia. You can catch here on NK Telco. I'll be on the call for that game along with Tawny Hims. JV tentative start at 6 o'clock, depending on the homecoming ceremonies here at Russia. But we got the girls first here, ladies first, and it's tied up at 15 right now here, Jerry.
Yeah, really good game here. It's here in this first half. Both teams playing a nice floor game, controlling turnovers. Ronnie Poling and McKinley Riker, Jackson, and Ronnie, they're stepping up. They're go-to. They're the scorers right now. Let's see who else can get some support on that.
Jayla Shappy's three clangs off the front of the iron. Ronnie Poling going up. She's fouled, and they'll shoot two. She's strung together some misses from beyond the arc, but Ronnie Poling there to clean up and will go to the line. 4:23, she's got a chance to give her team the lead back. Jackson Center only is going about 6 deep right now with their injury to Kendall Reese. High arcing shot from Poling is good. Presley Reese will come in the ball game for Jackson Center. Claudia Haney waiting to come in for the shooter Ronnie Poling. And Coach Bayshore not playing around, even though she's only got 1 foul. Try to protect her for maybe the second half, and Ronnie Poling. 2 free throws made there. And the senior having a great game with 11. And the points to come from Rusher, 2 Celeste Borcher threes. And Celeste Borcher, speaking of her, gets a steal. She goes towards the basket. Shot no good. Reichert with the rebound. Try to throw it up ahead to Biederman. Jackson Center will just kind of slow it down, set up the offense. Never mind. A 3 from Biederman is canned. Addie Biederman gives the Jackson Center Tigers their first lead of the game. Borcher says, and tries to take it right back. It spins out. A lot of action here just in a couple seconds. Reichert a 3. Raiders with it. We picked up the pace here. Addison Shappy, shot in the lane. She just throws it up. Rebound, Haney under the basket. Tries to get it out here and kicks out to Shappy. Shappy pressured and a foul on Presley Reese. It'll be the second team foul against, the third team foul against the Tigers. Poling will check out. And Poling will check in. And Dee Lichtenberg will check in for the Tigers. Jackson Center sitting with 2 losses in the league, Jerry. Doesn't look like they'll get a shot at the county title, but trying to look kind of jockey for that second position behind Fort Laramie.
Yeah, between with Anna playing Laramie tonight, and it's just, they got a really good shot there with the finish up there in the top 2 or 3 there in the county. It's important, to play well in your league, get prepared for the tournament play.
Raiders at 3-3 in the county. Jackson at 4-2, getting a double round robin. Poling all alone underneath the basket there, momentarily kisses it off the glass.
Good look there, finding the senior under the basket.
Raiders reclaim the lead, 19-18 on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. 2:37 to go until halftime. Bernie Coverman, Jerry McEldowney giving you this action here. And as we start the second round, as the county, as I say, turns over here and play each team's home site. As many of you Shelby County basketball fans know, Biederman with the basketball finds Lichtenberg. Lichtenberg being guarded by Haney. Lichtenberg gives it up over to Grace Pranger. Pranger getting instructions from Coach Tiffany Brown in her second season in charge of the Tigers. Inter fans wanting a 5-second call. Tigers being patient here. McKinley Reichert gets it. Reichert with 8 points here tonight. Biederman with 7, pacing these Tigers. Biederman, 3-pointer. It looks good, and it is good. Addie Biederman has been a menace here tonight. 10 points for the senior. Francis cuts on the inside. Her teardrop is no good. Ronnie Poling with the steal. Poling full head of steam to the basket. Kloppenstein tried to take a charge, no good, and Poling fouled. Right idea by Kloppenstein to try to take that charge.
Yeah. Nice job by Ronnie Poling to just not make enough contact to get that charging call, but steps to the line here.
Poling at the line, good. Cuts the Jackson lead to 1, and Kloppenstein will be subbed out in favor of Presley Reese. That's the 4th foul on the Tigers. Raiders will shoot free throws the rest of the first half on defensive fouls. Poland's second free throw, no good. The Tigers cling to a 1-point lead.
Really good first half of play here. The team's really going at it.
And the ball nearly turned over there, but it reflects off a Raider there. We're right in front of the Raider student section here. Riker inbounded over to Reese. Back over Pranger. Over to Biederman. Into the offense here. Presley Reese. Deep three. Jackson Center heating up from beyond the arc.
4 threes here in this third quarter.
24-20. 24-20. Jackson Center ahead of Russia, and D. Lichtenberg fouls Hazel Francis. That'll get Hazel Francis to the line for 2 free throws here. Some big free throws here. Jackson Center, trailing most of the first half, takes the lead late here on some hot shooting from beyond the arc. As they're getting separation from the Raiders. First free throw, no good by Hazel Francis. Kylie Dosek will check in for Ronnie Pulling. Try to avoid Pulling's second foul before halftime as Macy Kloppenstein will return for Jackson. They're only able to manage 30 points first game. Jackson Center is only able to manage 41. They're both on pace to go over that here right now. Francis with an empty trip. Big break for the Tigers. And a jump ball, and an arrow favors Jackson. And here's a chance for Jackson to take some good momentum here into halftime. Lichtenberg goes back over to Riker. To the left side to Biederman. Lichtenberg with it. Try to find Grace Pranger. Long possession here maybe for Jackson Center to try to go into halftime.
Jackson Center's got a lot better movement here in the second quarter with their offense. A lot more players moving, making nice cuts.
A company of 4 3-pointers has been huge for the Tigers this second quarter. Reichert with it, she'll back it out. They'll take the last shot, try to go into halftime there, but she stepped on the line. Unbeknownst to where she was going, McKinley Reichert stepped in. The Raiders have 5.8 seconds to try to do something here. And Coach Bayshore going to keep Ronnie Pulling on the bench here. Not going to bring her in for one offensive possession. There's with the chance to try to get a big bucket before halftime. Francis gets the inbound. Francis trying to cut to the basket. Fortress has got to get it off, and they're going to get no good look at the basket. The Jackson Center Tigers take a 24-20 lead into the halftime break here on NK Telco Sports. We'll step aside and come back with your second half of action here next in your home for Jackson Center Tigers, Russia basketball, NK Telco Sports.
At First National Bank, we are working hard to make your life a little easier. With products like Card Valet, an app allowing you to control your cards with real-time notifications, transaction restrictions, and spending limits. The ability to access your money through 55,000 all-point ATMs across the country, surcharge-free. Live customer support when you need it, and online and mobile banking, allowing you to gain access to your financial information wherever and whenever you like. First National Bank, making your life a little easier.
Back here on NK Telco Sports, the halftime here. The Jackson Center Tigers lead the Russia Raiders by a score of 24-20. Let's take a look at our half-game stats presented by Grand Lake Health Systems. And with those, Jerry McAdam.
All right, thanks, Brandon. First, we're visiting Jackson Center Tigers. They were led by Addie Biederman with 10 points, McKinley Reichert with 8, Presley Reese with 3, Macy Klopfenstein with 3. They had 9 rebounds compared to 10 rebounds for the Raiders, so pretty even there. And the turnovers, 8 turnovers for Jackson Center, 4 for the Raiders. The individual scoring for Russia, 14 points, led by senior Ronnie Poling there in the first half. Played very well. 6 points by the freshman Celeste Borchers. And again, that turnover margin, Russia really did a good job there controlling the turnovers, and that was a key to the game for Coach Bayshore. And percentage-wise, that 3-point shooting for Jackson Center, 4 for 4 in the third quarter was a difference maker. Ron got to get them that lead here and there as we start the second half.
Start of the second half here, Raiders will start with the basketball. Again, only 2 Raiders cracked the box score, as Jerry just mentioned. Ronnie Poling, big monster first half with 14 points. Celeste Borchers had 2 threes. It's a triple team, but it doesn't matter. Ronnie Poling with 16 points for the do-it-all senior. I guarantee a lock for First County selection, along with McKinley Reichert on the other side. Those 2 guaranteed will be locks for first team All-League when that voting comes out in about a month.
Yeah, that was a nice set play there by Coach Bayshore coming out of the half, looking for the senior.
Boy makes another play, gets a steal. Francis to the basket. Raiders really need her to get going. They kick it out. 3 there for Celeste Borchers, who cans it. Celeste Borchers with her 3rd triple of the night.
Nice confidence there by the young freshman.
25-24. Raiders take the lead. 5 points. Start off with a blazing speed like they did in the first half. And they pulled it out to a 10-3 lead. They get a almost steal. Just nip the baseline or the sideline there, and from the scores table, 25-24 Russia lead, and Raiders come out swinging out the halftime break.
Yeah, 5 quick points there coming out of the break.
Ronnie Poling field goals, free throws, and 3 Celeste Borchers triples are the Russia offense here so far tonight. And there's a steal, Celeste Borchers. Borchers up ahead to the basket, and she scores. What a game Celeste Borchers is having. She's got 11 points.
Nice quick hands by Celeste Borchers.
Her first field goal, that's not a 3. Try to throw it into Reichert. Comes down to Presley Reese. She goes up, and she's fouled. It's going to be on Hazel Francis, I believe. It is. That'll be Hazel's first. Team's first. Also disproportionately went against Jackson Center in that second quarter, but like we talked about at the halftime break, Jackson Center 4-4 from beyond the arc. That's what really got them going in that second quarter, Jerry.
Yeah, sure did. And really, they were really good shot selections coming off screens, and they had nice looks, and that really was a difference maker in the third quarter.
2 big free throws there for Presley Reese to dent that Raider run. 7-0 Raider run in a minute and a half. Borchers going to pull the trigger. She's feeling hot, and she continues to just continue to shoot, and she's been magnificent. Buries the triple from the corner. 4 3-pointers for Celeste Borchers now. Well, if you're Coach Tiffany Brown, I know you got to worry about pulling on the inside, but Celeste Borchers is playing great.
Yeah, they're dropping down on pulling and leaving that outside shot available.
14 points for Celeste. Started the season as on JV, worked her way to the varsity roster. Her sister Cece played 4 years on the varsity roster, just graduated last year. Klopfenstein on the inside with the response.
Nice pass there.
You see Klopfenstein with 5. Borchers feeling hot. Got it again! Oh my! I have to call the fire department in here, Jerry. She is on fire.
Yeah, she's stepping up. Boy, big shot. We're complimenting Ronnie Poling, and good shots by the freshman.
Celeste Borchers, 8 points out the halftime break. A timeout called. All timeouts brought to you by Precision Strip. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors on your home for Jackson Center Tiger and Russia Raider basketball and Kate's Telco Sports.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Coming out this is a strip timeout. Russia leads Jackson Center 33-28. 13 points for Russia in 2.5 minutes. 8 points from Celeste Borchers. She has 5 3-pointers, 11 points in 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely came out on fire there in that third quarter.
A response there, a 2-pointer from McKinley Riker.
Nice call there by Coach Brown.
Yeah. Can't forget about Ronnie Poling. Through 2 defenders, Ronnie Poling scores. She has 18. All 35 points coming from a freshman and a senior. Ball tipped by Celeste Borchers. Borchers with 5 triples. And you don't want to start talking about records. And there's still a long way to go. And you know, shooting's a thing that can come in waves and it can be cold in waves. School record's 8. Maria Heron set that in 2016 against Botkins.
She's there at 5, so she's on her way.
She's threatening in that territory. But who else has been shooting hots? Addie Biederman, and her shot's no good. Jayla Shappy will get the long rebound. Biederman ended up with 10 points out first half, hit a pair of triples herself.
Yeah, and a nice second quarter there. 8 points.
There's Callie Dubo, who's in the lineup. Who's being guarded by Pranger. Now more attention being given to Celeste Borchers. For to Hazel Francis. She spins in the lane. Her shot's good. First person not named Ronnie Poling for Celeste Borchers to score.
Yeah, if they can get Hazel going here in the second half, it could be a big difference maker. Couldn't quite get the shots to go in the first half, but showed the confidence there to take another shot.
McKinley Reichert, her shot clinks off the irons, not able to track it down. This Jackson Center team, the team that's been really good. It's a veteran squad now, but for the past few years they've been younger. But now this Jackson Center team sitting at 8-4. They're sitting at 4-2 in the county. Like I said, probably on the outside chance of winning it. You know, Larmy's been so dominant with 2 losses already. It's very tough to overcome that. We don't even know if Larmy will lose a 1 league game, let alone 2. Yeah. Jackson Center really jockeying for that second position right now.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you got Anna sitting there and then
wow! It is raining threes in the Claire C. Naveau Gymnasium. Callie Gubo nails a 3 off the bench. They said this Raider team needs shooting at one point in the season to help Ronnie Poling out on the block. Wow, they've answered this quarter.
Sure have.
They have 20 points in 5 minutes. This is easily the best Raiders stretch of offense all season long. They come against a quality opponent in Jackson Center. Coach Basement's got to be happy. Shots no good on the inside by Reichert.
Yeah, shooting with a lot of confidence tonight. And like, as you mentioned, you know, when they convert, cover Poling there under the basket, it's opening up some of them shots.
Borchers to Hazel Francis. They've got Ronnie Poling pretty well covered still on the inside. They're not giving that up, Coach Brown is. Shappy gives it over to Hazel Francis. Francis drives on the inside to the basket, blocked by Reichert. Ball sputters on the floor. Reese comes up with it. Reese tries to give it up to Lichtenberg, and the Raiders will take it right back. 10-point lead here for the Raiders. 2.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Tigers on a 2-game win streak in the all-time series. And they were split last season. Jackson took the first game last year. Shappy want to continue the hot shooting and get your umbrellas out. It's raining threes here in the Claire C. Naveau Gymnasium. Wow, what a shot. When you're hot, and a precision strip timeout by Coach Tiffany Brown. Just some days you're on and some days you're not, and the Raiders right now are definitely on, Jerry.
Yeah, five 3-point attempts, 5 3-points that went in the basket. 5 for 5, very, very hot, and definitely showing it on the scoreboard as well with a 13-point advantage.
there's always a meme when someone's like on fire. There's a meme of a guy like on social media. It's running around like on fire, and that depicts this Raiders shooting this third quarter. With 5 threes from Celeste Borchers, 1 from Callie Gubo, and 1 from Jayla Shappy. 7 threes, and how many of them in the third quarter? I think 5.
Third quarter, 5 for 5.
And Jackson Center had 4 in the second quarter. So both great shooting on both sides. But then that doesn't account for the fact that Ronnie Polling's got 18 points and she's leading all scorers.
Right. Yeah. She's playing a very good game, a great game with that. But they really, they haven't had to rely on her quite as much here in this third quarter. And it's not a bad thing. When you got some of the other players that can step up and supplement a player like Ronnie Poling.
Now the precision strip timeout. It's 43-40. Russia ahead of Jackson Center. There's some great moments in this Raiders gym. Russia boys played New Green last night. A dunk that went viral on Facebook of Felix Francis getting a ball thrown off the backboard by Braden Monin and dunking it. It's going viral on Facebook. There's some great basketball played here in the last week now here, and transitioning to the girls' side here now.
Yeah, Russia fans are having a lot of fun seeing those shots going in.
43-40. There's Ed here on the First National Bank Pink first scoreboard. 1:43 to go here in the third quarter. Biederman with the basketball. Turns around, off-balance shot, got it to go. Addie Biederman now with a dozen points.
Nice take there to the basket. She had a lot of defense on her, but was able to finish.
Ball swung to the corner over to Callie Gubo. You see this Jackson Center defense playing out a little more. They've got to change up that defense. They've given Poling, they've really committed to tripling Poling. And now they're really stretching out a zone, which I like the look by Coach Brown. I like the look of this defense. Ball given over to Gubo. Tried to get it on the inside of Poling. Shappy with it. Cross court over to Gubo. Raiders willing to be patient here, which is the right thing to do. Shappy thought about a 3 for a moment. Kicks it out back to Callie Gubo in the corner. Celeste Borchers. Post entry to Poling. And that works too. Now your threes are working. You're getting more one-on-one matchups for Poling. Poling's got a 20-piece.
Yeah, that was a nice cut by Poling there to the block and to find her there. It's nice play there.
Biederman shot's no good. Offensive rebound, Riker. And they're going to call a reach on Jayla Shappy. That'll be her third. Not a lot of fouls called this quarter. Only the second foul call. Both of them have gone against Rushi. Addison Shappy return. We talked about Raiders have drilled 7 threes. Their best three-point shooter, Addison Shappy, hasn't even had one yet. He's only taken 1 attempt, I believe, and she missed that. Lacey Flippo going to come in the lineup for the Raiders. The senior making her first appearance. Reichert to Reese. Reese on the inside. The Raiders in 3 quarters have outscored their total from the first matchup against Jackson Center by 15 points. That's how well the offense is going. Reese over to Biederman. Biederman gets it into Reichert. Reichert goes up and scores. Big bucket for the Tigers. Raiders got to run quickly here. Time winding down in the third quarter. Shappy up quickly, trying to get a shot off. He will not get it off before the horn. But a big quarter for the Russia Raiders. They scored 25 points in that quarter. We'll head to the fourth quarter here next. Russia leading Jackson Center 45-34 on your home for Jackson Center Tiger and Russia Raider basketball in K-Toko Sports.
Kogi Plumbing and Heating is your Bryant Factory authorized dealer. We have brought the best of comfort, control, and plumbing services to the St. Mary's area for over 60 years. We have been Reader's Choice winners for the last 4 years running and excel at providing our customers with efficient and reliable heating and air conditioning, as well as responsive service when a plumbing emergency arises. We insist that the products we install in our customers' homes and businesses offer the same performance and value that we expect ourselves. Call today for your next plumbing and heating or air conditioning needs. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Well, Jerry, we begin the fourth quarter here on NK Telco Sports. The Russia Raiders blistering shooting. They lead by 11 going into the fourth quarter. 10 of 11. That's shooting over 90% here for you math junkies out there.
Yeah, what an offensive shooting display there in the third quarter, putting the Raiders up by 11 points here going into the fourth quarter.
Shooting for 90% from the field, it helps a lot, but this game far from over. We know how talented this Tigers squad is. Shot by Lichtenberg, no good. Rebound by Celeste Borchers. The freshman with 5 triples. Ball swatted by Biederman. Biederman in transition lays it in. It's a 9-point game. And that's the thing, it's a young roster for the Raiders. So if you're Coach Bayshore, you build that high of 25 points. You know you're going to have a stretch here where you're probably going to miss some, because obviously a 90% is not a sustainable pace to shoot. You've got to keep your girls in this game because it's a very talented Jackson team on the other side.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they've got full capabilities of coming back here.
The 3 girls running the ball. Great defense by Jackson. I like how they come out and played this fourth quarter right away. Lichtenberg on the inside scores, and all of a sudden, in a blink of an eye, it's a 7-point game. And the Tigers playing with some momentum and a good timeout, I'd say, by Coach Bayshore there. And all timeouts are brought to you by our fine sponsors at Precision Strip. And we'd like to thank them there. Carriage Works, Chiltex LLC, Cy Schwederman, Dickman Supply, Elmwood Assisted Care, Hometown Opportunity, Hulsman Automotive, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric, Minster Bank, New Knoxville Supply, SecureCom, Bud's Chrysler Dodge Jeep, Crown Equipment, Shelby County Veteran Services, the St. Henry Bank, and WCSM Radio. Our scoreboard sponsors, First National Bank, Piece of the Game, Keel Pizza. This timeout's brought to you by Precision Strip. Our player of the game, which Jerry and I will name at the end of the game, is brought to you by NK Telco. Our mid and post game stats are powered by Grand Lake Health Systems. And our live view sponsor right here in Russia is Superior Aluminum. And we talk about that NK Telco player of the game. Man, there's about 4 or 5, people we could give it out to. I mean, there's even situations, there's sometimes situations where, you could even give it out, to losing members. If either of these teams win, you give it to Hattie Biederman. You could give it to Celeste Borchers, Ronnie Poling, McKinley Reichert. So many girls are having nice games here tonight, Jerry.
Yeah, we got several players that are just playing well tonight. It's a fun game to watch tonight. Both teams, and Jackson Center, they're coming out with some fight here in this fourth quarter. That's the timeout there.
And there's a jump ball there. Biederman playing very hard. The senior being a leader out there. 4-year player on varsity. Keeps the arrow with Rushi. Shappy gets the ball in the backcourt, guarded by Grace Pranger. 7-point lead, even with all the hot shooting. Jackson Center not saying die. Back cut, Celeste Borcher, she loses the basketball, gives it up to Shappy. Jackson Center playing much tighter defense. Coach Brown with some adjustments, and they give a 5-second call there, and a turnover by the Raiders. Hazel Francis going to sub in the lineup here for Addison Shappy. Presley Reese will walk it up the floor with 6:10 to go here in the fourth quarter. Raiders lead 45-38 over Jackson Center.
Big possession here for the Tigers.
Yeah, big possession. They are outscoring the Raiders 4-0 this fourth quarter. Foul on Celeste Borchers will be her first, team's first. They try to get it into Reichert. They do get it into Reichert. Shot does not fall. Poling clears the boards. And they're kind of started shifting the game. They're kind of tightening it up here in the fourth quarter, as you'll often see officials do. They call that foul against Reese, so Shappy will come back in, and Shappy will come in for Haney. It's probably on the floor. It's probably Rushi's most productive, I would say probably their 5 best offensive scorers on the floor right now. Shappy will bring it up the floor. Shappy will try to find Hazel Francis on the back cut, throws it off the glass, just over the reaching hands of McKinley Reichert.
Nice back cut there by Francis. A nice, even better finish, really. Had a little bit of defense there, but still able to get it to go down.
Raiders up 9 now. They get their first bucket of the fourth quarter, scored 25 points that third quarter. Les Borchers with 5 3-pointers in this game tonight. Raiders have 7 threes as a team. That ball tipped, deflected. Hazel Francis out ahead of the pack. The freshman goes up and is fouled. Both officials call that. It's down there, but it's 2 free throws coming up here for the freshman Hazel Francis, who struggled from the line in her 2 trips here tonight. The freshman with 4 points. First free throw rattles in and out. Substitutions, Macy Klopfenstein coming back in for Jackson. Presley Reese. Presley Reese with 4 fouls now. And coming in for the Raiders, Claudia Haney. As Addison Shappy will go out. Raiders, I think, trying to cover on the defensive end as Ronnie Pulling goes up, shot no good. Jackson Center catches a break on that possession. Raiders fail to stretch the lead back out to double digits. Biederman on the inside, off the glass, no good. Haney with the board. Hazel Francis with the basketball. Francis in the lane, and she walked. Got caught like a deer in headlights.
Was in between either passing or trying to take it a little bit tighter for a shot. Just got caught in between the decisions there.
Addie Biederman on the inside. Biederman stops in the lane. Shot no good. Klopfenstein trying to clean it up. They try to keep it alive, and Pulling gets it. 4.5 minutes to go here on that First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Raiders lead 47-38. Randy Coverman, Jerry Macko down here to give you this Shelby County action here. The second loop around here on the double round robin. Jayla Shappy with the basketball. Tries to drive, kicks out to Hazel Francis. She's got a lane to the baskets. Shot altered by Reichert, no good. Offensive board and stiffed back by Ronnie Pulling. Ronnie Pulling filling the stat sheet tonight with 22 points and a carry on Grace Pranger. And here's with some more substitutions. Ronnie Pulling going to get a little breather here. Jayla Shappy comes in and Presley Reese in the lineup. Halfway to go here through the fourth quarter. On the inside, kicks out to Shappy. For 3, got it! Didn't even touch rim, and that's a nice 3 by Addison Shappy, the 8th three-pointer the Raiders have connected on. And a timeout by Coach Tiffany Brown. And we'd like to NK Toko Sports and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of tonight's high school varsity basketball action on NK Toko Cable or the NKT.TV app on Channel 156 January 10th at 6 p.m. and Channel 155 on January 11th at 6 p.m. and Channel 3 or an HDS Channel 503 January 24th at 6 p.m. and January 25th at 8 p.m. You can also watch more live games via pay-per-view through nktelco.com/sports and more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and nktelco.com/sports. Well, you get a moment there where Jackson Center's got the door cracked open, Jerry. They get it back within 7, but then Russia responds to 7 straight points of their own.
Yeah, sure did. Yeah, Rushia's still continuing that hot shooting there from 6 for 6 here in the second half, and they went to their senior Pulling there for a bucket, and Borchers there started having a strong third. So we'll see what the Jackson Center can draw up here as they come out of the timeout.
Raiders with 3:26 trying to pull off an upset here. And they lost to the Tigers 41-30 in the habitat of the Cat. Shot no good by Klopfenstein. Offensive rebound. Biederman on the inside. McKinley Reichert with the bucket. Reichert with a dozen points now. Hazel Francis to the bucket, blocked, and it was off Francis. And Russia fans confused, and that's the right call, though. It went off of Hazel Francis's hand. touched it. That's Prenger. Surrounded Biederman. Not in panic mode yet if you're Jackson Center, but got to be about near perfect down the stretch, and that'll do right there. Macy Klopfenstein with the big bucket.
Nice speed there under the basket. High percentage shot there to finish right there on the block.
Klopfenstein now with 7. More pressure here from the Tigers. A foul on Biederman. Ronnie Poling going to come back in the lineup for the Raiders. Their game high 22. Celeste Borchers with 19 off the help of 5 3-pointers for Celeste. Just trying to inbound the ball. They'll get in the corner to Hazel Francis. Pulling wide open underneath the basket. The Tigers cover that up quickly. He's had a golden opportunity to get another bucket to stretch the lead out. They could be content with about running offense here. Borcher's going to fire another 3. Too much. Poling gets the weak side rebound. Power dribble to the basket, and the Raider leads back up to a dozen. Poling with 24 points. It's amazing. She hasn't had any 3-pointers. She still has 8 threes, and Poling still with 24.
Yeah, she's doing a lot of work there on the rebounds, under the boards, or on the boards.
Biederman, shot's no good. Reichert tries to keep it alive. Addison Shappy with the rebound. Shappy gets some pressure. She's getting chased by a couple Tigers. They sense they gotta have something happen here, and Coach Michael Bayshore takes the timeout. 1:36 to go here. Russia leading Jackson Center 54-42. We'll step aside and come back here next on your home for Jackson Center Tiger and Russia Raider basketball in KTELCO Sports.
Are you looking for a rewarding career? Lincoln Electric Automation in Coldwater and Fort Loramie supplies top-of-the-line automation systems to manufacturers. Lincoln Electric Automation routinely develops its team through hiring and by offering advanced technical training. We understand that every employee matters, and every role contributes to the success of our business. We offer advancement opportunities, competitive wages, and benefit packages. Visit LincolnElectric.com and get on track to a better career and a better future.
Back here on KTELCO Sports, and the Raiders and Hazel Francis with the basketball. Celeste Borchers is wide open in the corner. She's calling for that basketball. And the Raiders are going to be more patient here. Pulling underneath the basket, can't convert from point blank, gets her own rebound, and that might be the dagger. The Raiders with their most points, tied with their most points in a game this season, have 50, or ahead of their most points this season, have 54 against Mississinewa, 56 here tonight against the Jackson Center Tigers. Lichtenberg trying to go up against Ronnie Poling, shot wide of the margin, and we got a tie up here. Arrow favors the Tigers.
Russia really hitting the boards tonight. Big advantage here in the second half on the rebounds.
Russia bringing in more of a defensive lineup here, bringing in Claudia Haney with the sub down the stretch. Reichert turns around, jump shot, barely brushes the twine. Raiders going to push it up court, facing pressure from the Tigers, and Coach Bayshore wisely takes the timeout here with 36.4 seconds left, and all timeouts are brought to you by our fine sponsors at Precision Strip. We're going to step aside here. 36.4 seconds left on your home for Jackson Center Tiger and Russia basketball in KTELCO Sports.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
Back here out the precision strip timeout. Russia close to a big road win, or big home win here, Jerry, over the visiting Jackson Center Tigers.
Yeah, that's big, real big one. And Jackson Center, you really look 5-0 at home, and this could drop them here to 3-5 on the road. So definitely something that Jackson Center will work on as they continue the season, to work on some of these road games. But Rushie's played a really nice game tonight, hot shooting, and got good games from several players.
Ball on the floor, and Ronnie Poling asked for a timeout, and that was the last one they had. Luckily for Rushi, they had one, here to burn, and they are able to keep it, but a 14-point lead, man, they're going to be able to hold on to this and take a really what I call not a big upset, but a minor upset. Teams 3-3 in the county. These two teams played the first time, and Jackson Center won 41-30. Jackson Center was up by, I think, about 1 or 2 going the fourth quarter, and they were able to pull away late. And that was when Rushi started out 0-3, but ever since that 0-3 start, the Raiders have been 5-4 since then. They travel on the road to Fairlawn Thursday. Raiders looking for their first win since December 16th. It's been a while, but like we said earlier in the game, they had a while off. They played December 23rd against New Bremen, and they haven't played. They played Thursday against Fort Laramie, and are heading into that juggernaut who hasn't lost since opening night. So not many games here for the Raiders. They play Fairlawn Thursday. They go play Liberty Benton in Versailles on Monday.
Yeah, those 2 games with Anna and New Bremen were just 1-point differences both in games. So some of these young players for Rushi coming right along.
D. Lichtenberg trying to go to the basket. Shot no good. Rebound cleared by Poling.
Another rebound by Ronnie Poling. Nice job on the board tonight.
Abby Biederman blocks it from Celeste Borchers. She'll advance to 5-7 on the season, and I'm sure what Coach Bayshore is happy in his team's most complete game of the season. Shappy with it, she'll clear it out, and the Rushi Raiders get a big win here at home, 56-42 over the Jackson Center Tigers here on NK Telco Sports. Big win for the Raiders as they advance to 5-7. Jackson Center drops to 8-5, and really on the heels of a blistering pace shooting in the third quarter, 25 points. We'll let Jerry wrap up some stats here, and we'd like to thank our sponsors here tonight on NK Telco Sports, because without them we'd not be able to bring you this contest here tonight. Our sponsors are Carriage Works, Chiltex LLC, Cy Schruderman, Dickman Supply, Elmwood Assisted Care, Hometown Opportunity, Hulsman Automotive, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric, Minster Bank, Knoxville Supply, SecureCom, Bud's Chrysler Dodge Jeep, Crown Equipment, Shelby County Veteran Services, St. Henry Bank, and WCSM Radio. Our First National Bank is our scoreboard sponsor, Keys to the Game, Keel Pizza. Our timeout sponsors, Precision Strip, our player of the game, which Jerry will select here in a little bit. It's brought to you by NK Telco. And our mid and post game stats are brought to you by Grand Lake Health Systems. Our Rushi Live View sponsor is the Superior Aluminum. I'd like to remind you that NK Telco Sports and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of tonight's high school varsity basketball action on NK Telco Cable or the NKT.TV app. On Channel 156, January 10th at 6 p.m. and Channel 155, January 11th at 6 p.m. On Channel 3 and HD on Channel 503, January 24th at 6 p.m. and January 25th at 8 p.m. You can also watch more games live via pay-per-view through nktelco.com/sports and more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and at nktelco.com/sports. Raiders advance to 5-7 on the season. Jackson Center drops to 8-5. Jackson Center will be in action on Saturday against the Anna Rockets. The JV game tips at noon. You can catch that game here live on your home of Jackson Center basketball, NK Toko Sports. And that'll be, I believe, Jeff Hinchin, maybe Dave Helmstead are on the call for that game. Can't remember, but tune in the Habitat of the Cat. I know I'll see the Tigers at least one more time in the Habitat of the Cat, I believe, next month. But they dropped to 4-3 in the league race. On the flip side, for the Russia Raiders, they improved to 5-7. They snapped their 3-game losing streak, and they get their first win in about a little over 3 weeks. They advance to 5-7 and 4-3 in Shelby County Athletic League play. They'll be in action. They'll be on the road. They'll travel to the Hangar in Fairlawn on Thursday before facing Liberty Benton Monday on Martin Luther King Day in the MLK Classic that they are playing over there. In Versailles. For Jackson Center Rooster fans out there, they will boys will play Friday night here at the Clarence C. Naveau Gymnasium. You can catch that game here live on NK Toko Sports. Myself and Tanya Hammonds will be on the call for that game. JV game tentatively starting at 6 o'clock right now. Not really sure about the start time, sometime between 6 or 6:30. But that's the tentative start time here, just depending on the homecoming ceremonies and everything here. But you can catch the Russia Raiders take on the Jackson Center Tigers as they start the second round of the league play. The Russia boys sitting at 6-0, Jackson Center sitting at 4-2 in the league. So still some league title hopes for both teams up for grabs. It should be a great game. It was a great game the first time around. The Raiders won 53-45, and no doubt, if you follow any Russia Jackson boys basketball over the past 10 years, a lot of great games in battles between those two schools. Well, let's take a look at our post-game stats powered by Grand Lake Health Systems. And with those, Jerry McEldowney.
All right, thanks, Brandon. We'll start off here with the visiting Jackson Center Tigers. They were led by McKinley Reichert and Addie Biederman, each with 14 points. 7 points by Macy Klopfenstein. 5 points for Presley Reese. 2 points for Dee Lickensberg. They shot 17 for 36. Jackson Center did for 47% for the game. For the home Russia Raiders, they shot, we'll go over the individual scoring first. Ronnie Poling, the senior, 26 points tonight. We had 17 big points by Celeste Borchers, the freshman. 4 points for Hazel Francis, and 3 points apiece for Callie Gubo, Jayla Shappy, and Addison Shappy. Russia shot 21 for 39 for 54%. First half they shot 6 for 20 for 30%, but really came out blistering in the third quarter. And for the second half they shot 15 for 20 for 75%, 6 of 7 from the three-point arc for 86%. So tremendous shooting night for the Raiders. They also had the advantage on the boards, rebounding edge, 22 rebounds to 11 for Jackson Center, 22 for Russia, and they also did very well from the floor game tonight. 8 turnovers for 13 for Jackson Center. Both of those were keys to the game for Coach Bayshore. Rebounding advantage, getting off to a fast start as well, and both they did that tonight. And it's a very good game by the Russia Raiders for a big home win. And the player of the game, NK Telco player of the game tonight, is the freshmen. I know Ronnie Poland had 26 points and did a tremendous job on the boards, but she really got some help there by Celeste Borcher, especially there in the first half to help fill the box score, but really that third quarter had a really nice shooting, 4 for 4 from the field, 3 of those being three-pointers, 17 points. So Celeste Borchers is our NK Telco player of the game tonight.
Congratulations to Celeste Borchers on getting that NK Telco player of the game, and congratulations to the Russia Raiders on their win. They advanced to 5-7. They'll be on the road Thursday against Fairlawn. Jackson Center drops to 8-5. They'll be at home Saturday against Anna, a game you can catch here on NK Telco Sports JV tip at noon. So that'll do it for us here tonight. We'd like to thank our crew here tonight. For Austin Ambergy back at the station for Jerry McEldowney, I'm Brandon Coburn. For the final time here from the Claire C. DeVoe Gymnasium, the Russia Raiders defeat the Jackson Center Tigers 56-42. You've been watching a presentation here of high school girls basketball on NK Telco Sports.